maybe. Man, my hair is special today. I am working on it. Working on it, guys. Working on it. Trying to get IG up. YouTube is up. It's usually IG that comes up first, but apparently my IG is being goofy. Here we go. Let's try this. Rambo, no, go. Shh. Just like mommy. Play with. Okay. I think we're here. Hi, guys. How's it going? Evening. Top of the evening, y'all. We got our candles lit. I've got my light on over here. Let's put something on my lips because they're feeling a little parched. And we're going to talk about some stuff. This is what we do here. I'm going to wait for people to pop in because I know how you guys do. We are going to use this cute little palette. Let me clean it. I hate that there's fingerprints on, when there are fingerprints on here, that it just looks sad, cheap, and gross. There's the inside. Palette Tilbury. I have stuff up here. I think I'm going to use this, my project pan basket. I also want to use some color for this, and I'm not sure exactly what, but I'll probably just grab from this pile of palettes that's in front of me as we go, because we're going to talk about how to do makeup for aging. Let me just give you the up close and personal. Aging hooded eyes. I just did a really fast wash of my eyes, as I do when I'm coming back from teaching on Wednesdays, and then jumping on here to do the video real quick. But yes, aging and heavily hooded eyes is what we have. So this is something I've decided. I've been kind of thinking about doing it for a while. And then some of my peeps have said they haven't been wearing makeup because of having aging hooded eyes. And I said, oh, you know what? I was just thinking about doing a video about that. So here we are. My hair is up, doing messy. Guys, I can't be bothered with hair. Hair is just a pain. I'm just not sure what to do with it. I just cut it all off. Go with the short and sassy. I don't know. I look cute in short hair, but my husband's not crazy about it. I don't know. You know, when you want to keep the hubby happy. I had a dream last night about him. It was definitely him, but he was scrawny and we were young. And we were like trying to sneak around and be romantic. I didn't know him when we were young. So I know it's a dream. I know it's a myth. But yeah. And then I woke up and I said, I had a dream about you. Like, that was literally the first thing. Is like, really? What was it? And I was like, well, we were in love. He was like, oh, okay. It was a dream? Is it not true? I don't know. Anyway. So how's your day going, guys? What's going on with me? Not a whole lot. Hi, Kitty. How's it going? What's up down there? So the kids have decided this is the time they should eat because mommy's here, so they should crunch and whatnot. Both of them have had tummy problems. I don't know. I think Rainbow had a little piece of something that Daddy was cooking, and then she vomited it up in her kennel, which she very rarely does anything like that. She had a run-in with Mommy last night because when she goes for her walks, I usually let her off the leash because the back of the apartments is like this big long piece of lawn that's backed by a fence blocking us from the neighboring. It's basically a block long of a couple times made a beeline across the not busy street, but still across the street to another apartment complex because there's sometimes dogs or squirrels or other interesting things over there. And I had enough because I called her and she didn't want to come and she ran over there. She's usually very good, but sometimes she just gets antsy. And she saw the wrath of Mommy. I have never never had to discipline her because she's just a very good dog. So she knew what that was all about, and I was like being rough with her and like put her on a really short leash. You come home. She was like, "Mommy's really mad." Yeah, she got really balled out, and she knew that mommy was not happy. And so then when we went out there today, she was like, "Okay, mommy, come right back." I was like, "Okay." I let her off the leash, and she kind of like just stood by me, and I was like, "Okay, go potty," so that she knows what that means. So that she went out and she went potty, and then she came right back. And I was like, "Okay, good girl." So anyway, we are going to talk about how to do eyeshadow on these kinds of eyes. And I'm hoping that this will help you. I'm hoping this will help me too. I am looking forward to some of my regulars popping in here, as well as some irregulars. My regulars and my irregulars. I am an irregular. I don't know an irregular what, but an irregular something. Um, yeah, so hopefully we'll have people popping in here and we'll have a nice little conversation here. Usually I have some people in here by now. So, but well, stuff happens, life happens. Um, this is I'm just checking to see if I'm getting messages or anything. Okay, so let's talk about stuff that I have that doesn't have to do with this. First of all, I've been talking to you guys about CVS because I get my little notifications that say, "Oh, you get this much off or whatever." So 40% off of one item is like something that they do a lot to get you in there. But I just go in and buy one item and get my 40% off. I also had some extra like cash out, like some little bucks off or whatever. I don't know what they call it, but they're little. I should have opened this and looked at it too, but it looks okay. Yeah, they're little bits off. I don't even know, but yeah, so I ended up with some stuff and did find out that if you have money off of something, that it'll take the money off and then put your 40% off of the remainder, which is a bummer. So I wouldn't have done it the way I did had I know that. But now I know. Not a big deal because we did okay. But this is what I decided to pick up. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I have had the matte and poreless, and I really enjoyed it, but it was a little bit just, on the matte side, clearly, because it's matte and poreless. Very, very nice foundation. I don't know how this is going to be. We're going to see. But I've already mentioned that, I don't mind too much if stuff is off, but we'll, because I can fix it with other things. So, if it's a little bit off, it doesn't have to fit. It doesn't have to match perfectly. We're going to see. Actually, let me put a little bit here on the back. I have no tan, so I'm okay with the back of my hand. And we're just going to like pounce that in there. Let's see what we got. Kitty, what you doing? It looks like it's a little warm, but other than that, pretty good on my hand. So we'll see how it is on. All right, Kitty needs food. We'll do that. We'll take care of that afterwards. She finished up her bowl of food, and I free feed her right now. She's okay with that. If she starts getting a little chunkified, then we'll deal with it. But for now, she's fine. Anyway, so I picked this up. I ended up paying like $2.90 because of coupons and whatnot. Yeah, I was like, well, what do I want to get? And I was like, I don't want more lippies right now, even though that was what was tempting me. Because I have so many lip products. So I need another little basket to put my lippies in because I got too many. I think I'm going to get another basket and then just move them from one basket to the other. And that will be like how I rotate through. What do you think, Kitty? She's climbing in around things and stuff like that. So where is everybody tonight? It's a lonely night. Normally, we just pop in and everybody's around. Oh, here we go. So, silly me, just realizing I didn't hit the record button. I was like, where is everybody? And then I'm like, oh, I should probably hit the record button to let people know that I'm here. We're going to pretend that I didn't have that moment. We're just going to, if you're on IG and you're watching me, this is where we're starting. Drissa's with us. Hi, Drissa. How are you? If you are watching me on on YouTube and you're like, what is this woman talking about? Just ignore all of the stuff that I've been talking about for the last 15 minutes or so, or it wasn't that long. It was maybe like 8 minutes. How's it going tonight, Drissa? I was sitting here talking to myself, wondering why it is that people weren't coming in. And then I realized I didn't hit the button. So now I feel a little stupid, but whatever. So yeah, what's up? What's up with you, Drissa? I was talking about this. I was talking literally to no one. Actually, I was talking to someone. Arizona0928 is with us. Hi, Arizona0928. So I picked this up. Oops, let's show the correct side. Oh, this is one of those that goes on weird. Oh, come on. So CVS, right? They have those coupons and stuff like that. You get like good deals. See, so this is the Fit Me that always like screws on backwards. Drives me nuts. Drives me. Ugh. Anyway, so I actually grabbed this. This is the Dewy and Smooth because I had the matte and poreless, and I want to try this for now because I've been liking dewy or stuff. In fact, I haven't really been powdering a whole lot because I like to have a little bit of glow. I'm liking a glow, guys. I'm liking a glow. Tonight we are going to be using this little buddy here that came from my influencer. And we will be doing looks on hooded aging eyes, such as mine. They're kind of wrinkly and saggy and have texture and things like that. Not the worst in the world, but if you're wondering why my eyes look pretty good for my age, oil, I'm telling you. So I just washed my face. I had a look on, washed my face, and just put 4 drops of oil on my face so that it's nice and hydrated but not greasy. Yes, oil does not make you greasy. Unless it's grease, which is different. Okay, so let's see, what are we talking about? Yeah, so I'm gonna use this stuff. I know I like the matte and poreless, but again, it was a little bit on the dry side, so we're gonna try this and see how it goes. The kids are hanging out here, meaning the fur kids, and yeah, Trish O'Doherty is. Trish, how's it going? Happy Wednesday to you as well. Hopefully YouTube decides to cooperate with us. The kids are playing around. They're chasing each other and doing their doggy and kitty stuff that they do. These are the palettes that I've been using. I did 3 looks with this bad boy. This is the Blushed Rose palette. It's such a pretty palette. I think this is one of the most beautiful spring palettes ever. I love this like orangish tangerine sort of color. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I just barely swiped my finger in there just because, I wasn't trying to do a full swatch, but my goodness, so pretty. This is a gorgeous palette. If you are looking for something on the neutral side, but I know like rosy sort of palettes are in, that is a nice one. It's a nice one. Yeah. So highly recommended. I finished that one up. I'll throw that in the finished up. And then the one I'm currently working on is this little buddy that I wanted it forever and then finally picked it up when it was like in a bundle set. It's really cute. Now I'm a little annoyed that all of the shimmers really, you can't tell that much difference between, they're going to kind of give a similar vibe, right? This one's a little bit darker. This one's definitely more pink, but these two are, there's not a huge amount of difference with them. What you're going to see on your eyes is a very, very similar look, no matter which one you use, but that's okay. I don't mind too much. It's just a nice light. To me, the looks are going to be fairly similar, but yeah, they have been the last 2 days. The looks are pretty close, but it's a cute purple palette. That's all it is. Cute purple palette. It's not blowing my mind at all. I will use it one more time, and then in the next, hopefully not too distant future, you guys will see 3 looks posted on my feed. Feed? Is it called a feed? I don't know what it's called. Do I have water here? I don't have water. Rainbow, go give me water. She's not going to. So yeah, we're going to do a look on each eye. And actually, I'm not going to do kind of a look on each eye. I'm actually going to just talk about it. We're going to use mostly the Charlotte Tilbury, this little quad. to do basic looks and kind of give ideas. I welcome your feedback. I'm excited to have you guys participating with me. And then I'm going to also use this guy, which is my e.l.f. Mad for Matte that I've been kind of working on panning for a while. It's ancient, but it still works pretty well. And then I'll probably reach in and grab some color from something. I have a bunch of palettes here on the side, so I might use that. That's what we're going to do. However, before we get to that, I got to show you stuff. Because, you know, we got stuff. And your girl likes to talk about stuff because that's what she does. Because my name is Priscilla, and I like to talk about stuff. So this guy showed up. Ipsy Plus. I threw away the outer packaging because. So I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. These are really cute. These are the brushes. They're really cute, but do I need them? I pretty much use the same face brushes all the time. So I'm curious what you guys think. First of all, they're cute. Did I mention they're cute? They're cute. So they've got these adorable little daisies that match the packaging. Like, oh, all right, Ipsy, you're doing it. And it is like the same daisy print too. So it's like actually, yeah, intentional. But here's the, what do you use this for? It's like it's a weird size. Can somebody tell me what you use this for? I can imagine myself possibly using this to like really blend out some shadow possibly. I could also see it maybe for like concealer, or if I contoured, it might make sense for contouring, but I don't contour. Here is their, this is kind of like the long short sort of thing where there's like the long bristles and then the shorter ones. I don't know, guys. So these are from Farah. This is the 836E. Are there really 835 other ones? I don't know. But it's a decent little blending brush. I don't mind that, but they're just cute. That's why I want them, because they're cute. But do I need them? This is, I mean, I'm putting my fingers on them, so maybe I have to keep them. Hi, Miss Charlie. Did you get these from Ipsy? They're cute, but do I need them? This one is just kind of, I can definitely use it for under eye powder, though I don't use a whole lot of that. I could use it for a highlighter, but it's a little bit big for that. I like a smaller brush for that. I could use it for maybe blush, but it's a little small for that. I like this one potentially for like doing cream products. I don't know. Do I want to keep these or not? I did touch them. You saw me touch them, but not really. I just kind of like flicked my fingers across. So I could put them in a giveaway and let the person know, hey, I did touch them. So maybe wash them first in case I have cooties. Do I want them or not? Oh, you don't get Ipsy. Okay. What do you think? Should I keep these cute? They're so cute. Look at the daisies on them. Or should I put them in a giveaway? I have not decided. I haven't decided if I want to do a giveaway or whatnot. I don't need them, but they're just stinking cute. Why do they have to be so stinking cute? If they were just not cute, then I wouldn't care so much. I would just be like, all right, giveaway. Here's the other set of brushes because, you know, I need more brushes. These are definitely going in the giveaway because if I don't need those cute ones, I don't need these less cute ones. And there's nothing wrong with these. They're just not as cutesy. So how's it going, Miss Charlie? What's up? Bélanger. Whatever. So this is, I mean, a blush-ish sort of, right? And this is basically the same thing, only smaller. These will go in a giveaway. I mean, they're nice for whoever needs some nice face brushes. They're just not the type that I use. So, like I said, I basically use the same brushes for my face. I use the same brushes all the time. Now, eye brushes, I will go kind of crazy for that. Hector 24th is with us. By the way, they gave us this little card because, you know, we need more garbage. Nobody looks at them. Getting off work, getting ready to take off my makeup. Yeah, I took off my earlier look because of that. Actually, I know which one I was going to use. Let me see if I can find mine. Okay, I got the other stuff. So this guy came along, and I selected this one because there were just not other options. But I also selected this knowing it would go in a giveaway. I have this already. That's why it's going in a giveaway. But it's actually quite a nice neutral with a pop of blue palette. So I'm not complaining about this one. It did perform nicely. I think I just did like a one look sort of thing, but it performed quite nicely. I haven't done like 3 looks or anything with it. But that is still got the plastic and everything and all that. Let me get it back to my box, and I'll just put it right back in the bubble wrap. So when I pop it into the giveaway stash, yeah, it will be good to go. And then these 2 things I will keep. But, you know, is it worth it? No, not for these 2 things. So are we ready to cancel Ipsy? All in favor, say aye. Sai, is that Sai? Is that how you say it? So this is the Sai Mascara 101. Thick, bold, lifted lashes. Because, you know, we need another mascara in our life. But we will be trying this. I can't say that. I'm sorry. Hi, welcome. And if you're wondering why I'm getting that close, it's because I don't have my glasses on. I can't see anything. I still need to get my giveaway together. My giveaway is. I was supposed to do giveaways last year that I didn't do, and now it's the middle of April. 420, by the way. Is anybody celebrating 420? Is it 420 today or is it tomorrow? I don't know. Clearly, I don't celebrate because 420. All right. Well, you know. Anybody know this mascara? I don't know the mascara, but I will be trying it because I try all the mascaras that come my way, apparently. House Laboratories. I don't know that I have anything else from them, do I? Seems like I might have gotten one thing. This is a little lippy sort of thing. Le Griot, the Riot lip gloss. Priscilla, can you speak? Lip gloss. It's got a decent little color to it. Doesn't smell like anything. So I'll be trying that since I just smeared it all over the back of my hand. I think it is Say. Is it Say? Okay, that might be it. You're probably right. Sai sounds more exotic though. Say Cosmetics. Okay, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just making it up as they go along. We will be using the Charlotte Tilbury quad on my eyeballs, not on my eyeballs, on my eyelids. And we're going to be talking about aging eyes and hooded makeup. Aging and hooded eyes and makeup. This is the cute little bag that it came with. Why do they make these like dumb little laundry bag things? I still think that they should need to just make like little reusable shopping bags. It wouldn't take that much more product and they would be a lot more usable. But that goes in my stash bags that I will be putting stuff together once I ever get around to that. So I don't know. I haven't decided on the brushes if I'm going to keep them or not. So I'm not going to, well, I know I'm not going to keep this one. So those brushes and this palette will go into my stash. My husband actually partially raided my stash today because he needed some cleansers. And I had put them in there because I was like, I don't know if he's going to use them or not. And then he came in and he's like, can you get this one again? I was like, actually, I have one of those. So it was one that came in the Walmart box. So I keep trying to convince him to use oils, but he is not convinced. Erica Kelly is with us. Hi, Erica Kelly. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Let me put my glasses on because I've got Trish over here talking. I would use that brush from Cream Highlight or Cream Blush. Yeah, that's exactly what I would use, but I've already got one like that I use. So I don't need, do I need more? Probably not. Anyway, I want to hang on to this and just look at it and see. Actually, no, I'm going to put it in my giveaway stash. And then if I change my mind, I can take it out. If I'm aching for it, then I'll take it out. Well, apparently I can't fit anything else in my giveaway stash, so I guess it's time to do a giveaway when you can't fit anything else in there, right? All right, guys, so I went to places, Marshall's and TJ Maxx, because I'm still looking for BH stuff, but I didn't find any BH stuff that I didn't already have. I did see the Guerlain bronzer, and I saw the Fenty Kilowatt highlighters, like 3 different kinds of them, 3 different colors, and a bunch of other stuff. I didn't pick up any of it, but I did see these. So I have 2 essential oils. These are, so when you get essential oils, because I talk about my oils all the time, I might do a video that's just on oils, just FYI. Can you have too many brushes? Trish asks on YouTube. You can't have too many eye brushes. I have 3 cups of them sitting right in front of me. But face brushes, yes. I don't know. That's me. Eye brushes I use all the time, but face brushes I just use the same ones. I don't know. That's just me. So yeah, I picked both of these up at, I don't know which one, Marshall's or TJ Maxx. Oh, Marshall's. This one says Marshall's. I think I got these both at the same place. This is cinnamon essential oil. When you do this, it's important that it says 100% pure essential oil, and you also want to read the ingredients list and make sure it says ingredients, cinnamon leaf oil, and nothing else. Because a lot of times, like if it's something that's being used in a diffuser or something like that, it actually will say other things too, like there's filler oils, or it'll say other oils. So they kind of try to fool you, but these are actually the real thing. So this is Art Naturals, Happiness, Energize, Motivate. This one's Sweet Orange, and the other one's Cinnamon, and those are 2 essential oils I did not have. Essential oils are just nice to put in your oils. I have one that is a carrier mix, and then I have one that is essential oil mix. The essential oil mix is the one that it's, mostly carrier, and then I just put a bunch of essentials in it, and it smells delicious. And that's what's in here actually. The mix smells great because it's all of the essentials together, and it smells spicy and clean and natural and wonderful and beautiful. Anyway, but if you guys are interested in seeing a video on my oils, I would be happy to just do a dedicated oil video, because I need to be like redoing them anyhow. I know every time I move, it sounds like I have digestive problems. I don't. Not currently. Also, while I was there, I picked up this Milani blush. This is a cream blush. I didn't know it was a cream blush. I was just like, ooh, I like that color for summery, springy stuff. And then I realized it was cream. But it is that's a nice glow. And I like that. It's different than most of my blushes. Yeah. Cute. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try that tonight. I don't know that it's going to match with anything else. I don't really care. I am Chloe Kim. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. I wanted to reverse the L and the H, and my eyes were doing all sorts of things. And Erica Kelly. Hi, ladies. How are you? Welcome to our party. We are talking about goodies that I picked up at Marshall's and TJ Maxx and now Walmart. And I will be using them tonight. At Walmart, I don't know what I was doing. I just was like, I want to try a couple of Milani. I knew I wanted to try this formula. I also have tried this formula before in another color. I might still have it here. I don't know. I think it maybe is still in Haiti. If it's not, it's old. But, hey, if there's not stuff growing on it, I'll probably use it if I have it. But I wasn't sure. I actually got basically the same color in both of these. So this is that matte formula, and this is the older creamy formula. And I just wanted to make a comparison of them, but they are basically, I'll just do a little swatch. Oops, let's do it on the inside. They're basically the same. So there's that one. They're basically my lips, the color of my lips. Slightly different. This one's slightly more brown. That one's slightly more orange. But I'm just curious about the formula and how they wear. I'm actually interested to see how close this is to the Juvia's Place formula, because I find that to be a very nice suede sort of lip formula. I really like the Juvia's Place. I know people are like, I don't do Juvia's Place anymore. That's okay. You do you. You know, we can talk about it or not. We usually do. I get into it with people here. It's one of the things we do. We disagree and we love each other still. I hope we do. I love you all. I don't know if you love me, but I love you. I love you. You love me. Okay. I know I did that backwards. So that's okay. And then I picked this up and I figured to show you. Why not? Organic ginger mango green tea. 50 strings and tea and tag tea bags. 50 bags of tea for $3.99. That's not a bad price, y'all. Caffeine content. Oh my goodness, I can't see anything. This is, yeah, just like, it has, milligrams per 6 ounce. Okay, so there is a reason for it. Green tea is like 25 milligrams. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I usually double up tea bags anyhow because, ain't nobody got time to not have caffeination. Organic green tea, natural mango flavor, natural ginger flavor. Flavor. What is flavor? Does that mean it's like ginger? I'm concerned that it's a natural flavor instead of like actual like ginger. I mean, anyway, it says organic and it says natural. Should I believe them? I don't know, because we did talk about how sometimes when they say something, they don't actually mean what they say. Because marketing is all about lying in a very creative way to get people to believe you. That's really what it's about. And then I just wanted to remind y'all that I did grab these guys. And I showed you last time, these are the Lowest Cosmetics palettes. I will be using this one next week on Wednesday to do 2 looks because we're thirsty. That's why. No, because it's beautiful. And so we're going to do that. I'm not going to use the Meet Me in the Afterlife. Underworld. Meet Me in the Underworld. Same thing. Basically means I'm dead. This one means it's midnight. We're sneaking out. So next Wednesday, we're sneaking out. Okay, guys. Let's do this. So we're talking about how to do makeup, and I'm not an expert, so I'm literally talking about how I do makeup as a woman in my late 40s with heavily hooded eyes. If you have questions, please write them. I may or may not get to them right away because I can't see anything when I don't have my glasses. That's why I keep getting really, really close. So Alexa, I think it's Alexa. Hi, Alexa. We're looking at how to do makeup with aging eyes and with heavily hooded eyes, which I have both. Aging and heavily hooded. So I'm going to basically start with the beginning. The first thing, of course, is your skincare regimen. Make sure that you have, please use oil. The thing is, you don't have to do it like I do, but just add oil to your regimen. Grab something like this. In fact, this is sold at Walmart. You can get it online as well. This is from Sky Organics. It's organic hemp seed oil. That's not what's in here. This is a mix of oils right now, but because I just use the same container. But I'm going to get another one of the hemp seed because I do like hemp seed. Literally open it up, put 4 or 5 drops in your hand, rub your hands together, pat it all over your face, down your neck, on the back of your hands. I go up my arms, all of that. I'll even put it in my hair. It is so good for you. Like I've said, I'm in my mid-late 40s. My skin does not look too bad. So, and I have had really bad skin because I have PCOS. And so I have all sorts of hormonal things until I discovered oil and like overnight. Okay, it wasn't overnight. It was a few overnights, but like magic, it took care of all of it. So oil. Oil is your BFF. You just don't know it yet. Stop trying to get rid of oil. Start adding oil. So I'm going to just go from the beginning and I'm going to show you kind of the whole look. I'm using the stuff from my Project Pan basket if there's not new stuff that to use because I do kind of want to give you a whole face so you know what I'm doing. So this is the Tula Skincare Rose Glow and Get It. I have been using balms under my eye pretty consistently. The one that I've got in my monthly basket is from AOA Studio. Elf has some of these that are a little bit closer to this formula. I know other places do as well. That one's definitely more of a balmy, kind of greasy texture. This one is a little bit more dry, meaning it's very slick when it goes on. But it's, sorry, I was examining my face to see if I had really actually cleaned it. I only clean my face with oils too, by the way. There's a cover. See, I can't see anything if I don't have my glasses on. I just pop it under my eyes and it adds a whole bunch of moisture. What was I saying about the other one being more? Yeah, it's basically a little bit greasier. Doesn't bother me at all because, you know, I just kind of let it like kind of sit there and whatnot and do its thing. And then I use a primer. Use whatever primer you want. Right now I've got the Elf Luminous Matte Makeup Primer. I'm going to throw this on because I am showing you guys just how I use it. Plus I want to use this Maybelline, what is it? Dewy and Smooth. That's it. That's what it is. Dewy and Smooth. So I'm going to pop this kind of, I just put it, you know, in spots and then I kind of just work it in a little bit. I focus it on my T-zone. This is a little bit of an emollient primer. So it's really less about smoothing things out or making, you know, your skin look like flawless, which I don't think primers really do anyhow. I mean, to be honest, I don't like that it's just the screw off thing, but you know, hey, we're going to make it work. So I'm just going to put too much on the back of my hand. Actually, I'm going to save a little bit of the outside of that because I don't need all that. I don't usually do super heavy coverage anyhow. So where's my sponge? There it is right in front of me. This is the AOA Studio sponge, by the way. It's dirty, but hey, it's my life. So I'm just going to kind of pounce this on, not blend it in right now because before I do that, it is a little bit on the dark side, but that's okay. Come to the dark side. I'm actually going to show you my, oops, that's not it. Okay, so you can kind of use whatever concealer. Now, this is one that I do not like, but I'm panning it. You can see that's kind of sent me a message to see if that's anybody important. Oh, I can't see it anyhow. Anyway. So Miss Charlie, Brandy is with us, and Miss Charlie says, I just finished my Fit Me foundation and my project pan for this month. Time for a new bottle. Which one are you using? Are you using the Dewy or the other one? Because I used the other one before and I finished that one up a few months ago, well, more than a few, maybe last year. And now I'm using this one. So yeah, this one is kind of running out. This is the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. I don't like because it's matte, but I just try to make sure there's as much hydration as possible. And then I blend it in kind of everything with everything else. When I do this, I basically just focus it in the inner corner. I don't like to put a lot of concealer underneath, and then I tap it in. I also have a little brush that I'll use for this. Actually, I'll show you the brush. Where's this brush from? Oh, this is AOA Studio brush. And it's just this, it comes with a bigger brush that I use for cream blushes, which I will use in a little bit to show you this cream blush that I got from Milani. So the color of this I do kind of like because it does brighten a little bit, and you can see that. But I just don't like because it's matte, so it looks matte, and I don't love that look. So I'm gonna just basically blend it in with the same sponge so that the foundation and the concealer kind of become the same thing. So they're, you know, you almost can't tell the difference between them. Make sure everything's off the back of my hand. And I'm not using a ton of makeup because I don't like a ton of makeup. I don't do super full coverage. I think as you're getting older, you should embrace your beautiful skin and the fact that aging skin has its own character. I mean, I think, honestly, I think you should do whatever the heck you want to do because it's your skin and it's your life and whatever makes you feel comfortable. But I don't like when people feel like they have to cover up their skin just because they feel like they're obligated to have young, perfect skin. Also, your skin is not going to look young and perfect if you cover it up with a bunch of makeup. It's just going to look caked on makeup-y. Cake face never looks younger. It doesn't. Um, so this, the color isn't too bad. I'm going to see it in daylight and I'll have a better idea. I think it is a little bit dark, but it probably will work as I get a little bit more sun. I need to get another Juvia's concealer. I got a small size and it was used up in less than a month. I need to try their concealer. That's the one that I haven't. I keep seeing sales and I just am not doing it because I'm trying to be good. But Kitty's so funny. She loves the dog. She rubs up against her and the dog's just like, get out of my way, cat. But the cat just loves the dog. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what I do now. If you wanted to add a little bit more illumination, this guy, this is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Came from one of the subscription boxes. I haven't used it a lot, but this kind of can do the same sort of thing. I think a little bit of glow under the eye is one of the best ways to add kind of a youthfulness. So I'm just putting the tiniest bit under here. But this is another way that if you've got a matte concealer that you're trying to maybe make a little less matte, I'll add this with it and it really does help quite a bit. So that's kind of what we do. I am going to zoom you in. And by zoom you in, I mean I'm going to grab this pile of books that my computer and also, consequently, my phone are sitting on top of, and I'm going to pull it towards me so you can see better what I'm doing. Woohoo! I don't like that glow wand. It's too red for me. I'm not sure what color you got, what shade you got. I got the shade Aglow. It probably depends. Mine is pretty neutral. So I don't have it. I know that is one of the biggest issues with darker complexions is that there's like this idea that darker complexions are either yellow toned or red tones, and that's not the case. So those that have more of a cool tone or like an olive undertone, they just kind of are like, oh, sorry. All right, so that's what we've got there for the complexion. I'm not going to really worry about any of the rest of it for now. We'll get there, but I do, of course, use a primer on my eye. I'm going to grab my Milani primer here that I'm panning. This is a decent little primer. Now, for primers, I don't like anything that's too drying. I don't really like the ABH primer too much because I think it's a little bit more matte and it seems to emphasize crepiness. Most other, not any that are really bad necessarily. But I find that, just these inexpensive ones that are a little bit on the emollient side are nice. I have not tapped into this at all, so we're going to tap into this. Yeah, the Milani is one that I just picked up way back when, and I'm just panning it because I can. So, all right, so with hooded eyes, as you can see, when I open up my eyes like this, there's no lid, right? I'll back up a little bit so you can kind of see. You're going to see the teeniest little slit of. Now, if I'm looking at you, right, there's no lid, basically. That's me looking right at the camera, right at you. When you see me take my pictures, that I should do a video just on taking pictures. I lift up my eyebrows and I put my head back a little bit like this. And I also look at the screen and not at the, actually I usually do three. I usually look at the camera, I look at the screen, and then I look down. And that gives you like all of the different perspectives, and then I can choose which one I want to use. That's just me. Do what you want. But just tilt your head back a little bit. It helps However, if you have a really big face here and you don't want to emphasize big cheeks or something, then then you'd want to keep your face even like this. Because doing this, as you can see, this part of my face looks a lot bigger now. Where I do this, it looks a lot more proportionate. That's taking pictures. That has nothing to do with putting on makeup. All right. So, so we have, this is a challenge because I've only got 2 matte shades. I've got these 2 on this side. And they're not very dark at all, but we're going to get there. I'm going to show you kind of, okay, I'm going to start with the lightest, and I'm just barely tapping into this because I don't know what it's like. So we're just picking up that much. I'm just going to run this into the crease. Now, you see, I don't have a crease. I mean, I do have a crease, but it's totally hidden. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to, dark is going to make things recede and light is going to make things pop out. I don't want this to pop out any more than it is because you see all that extra lid space. I'm going to try to make that recede. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the outside and I put it in kind of in a circular motion. Up here is pretty smooth for me, but down lower is not. So depending on how much texture you have, I'm picking up a little bit more of that light shade. These are the matte shades. Depending on how much texture you have, you'll want to kind of work it out the way, however works for your eyes. So kind of looking forward, you want to make sure that whatever you're putting on your eye, you can see it above. Also, you kind of look to see where is halfway between your lash line and your brow. And you're going to kind of create this recess because, as I say, making it darker will recess it. Northampton gal is here. Hi, Northampton gal. How is it going? So we're talking about using makeup for hooded eyes and aging eyes. So I tried to recreate this by cutting the line between my lash line and my eyebrow in half because that makes it symmetrical. And I'm applying this in a circular motion to make sure that I get it into all the nooks and crannies, because if I don't do that, what will happen is that, especially in these places where I have more texture right on the inside, I don't know if you can see it, but it is kind of crepey and textured there. So if I get into the front, which I don't often, but I can. I mean, I do with color and stuff like that, but not so much with these neutral looks. I want to make sure that it's really, I'm going in circular motions there because I want to make sure that it gets into all the little nooks and crannies. If it doesn't, it's going to emphasize those nooks and crannies, if that makes sense. So I'm just using this to kind of darken up and give a base. So you can see from this eye to this eye now, I have my ring light over there. So I'm going to turn my head just a little bit so you can kind of see the difference. But from this eye to this eye looks like it's all just a big blob. Can I say blob of flesh up here? Where this one looks more like there's kind of a recess right into here. I've pushed this back just by adding that little bit. So basically, my eyes are going to be different than yours. You need to evaluate your own eyes and figure out what's good. I got to pick the boogers out of my eye because, it happens when I wear my eye makeup and then I clean my eye. I always have eye boogers at night. So that's with the lightest one. And that's how much you can do with the lightest one. I could just leave it here. In fact, I'm going to just use this as an example of absolute minimum. Now, if I was going to just leave this matte all over the lid like this, this is one color. When you start with eyeshadow, because I have friends that are like, hi, I want to learn how to do eyeshadow. They're like my age, and they've never sufficiently effectively, comfortably learned how to do eyeshadow. Kitty, what you doing back there in the plastic sacks? The plastic sacks that are for cleaning out her box. So yeah, you can, I mean, that's the difference. It's just the tiniest, but you literally don't need much. Grab a fluffy brush like this, and then you're just going to blend. Start with this. If you're not doing anything else, just start with this. Blend that out. I mean, this shadow blends very, very nicely. That's the lightest one. If you are, as you can see, any darker than me, yeah, not going to work for you. Now I'll go into the darker one, and I'm just going to kind of show you an example of what I'll do with the darker one. I'm going to grab a little bit smaller brush. I could just use the same one, but I want to show you some tricks here. So I'm going to go in with this. This is I think this is Profusion brush, maybe. Michelle L is with us. Hi, how's it going? We're talking about doing makeup on hooded and or aging eyes, because that's what I got. So then I'm going to go into the darker color. Oh, and we're using the Charlotte Tilbury little quad that Influencer gave me. For the first time, I have not used Charlotte Tilbury before, so I'm coming up in this world. All right, so now I'm going to show how to make a little bit more drama here. I'm taking the darker color, and I'm going to go, because I have so much going on here, I'm really going to focus there. It's not even like on the lid at all. I'm actually focusing it right here. So what it's going to do is going to pull the eye out and up. I don't want to come underneath the eye, at least not right now. So I'm going to focus it right in this corner here. And I'm just going to wiggle this for now until basically most, if not all, of the product gets off the brush. And then I will assess and I'll add a little bit more. Same thing. So that's what we've got. So it's basically all there. So now you see how much depth, because this has created the shadow. And now it has opened up my eye. And it's kind of bringing the eye up. It's making you think my eye goes up more. And it lifts it. Where this kind of comes down. My eyes aren't necessarily downturned, but because there's such a heavy hood, they can kind of appear heavy. So this is lifting everything up. Now I want to make sure, because right now, since I've darkened this, now this is protruding more, because it looks like this is like a little dimple, and then this is kind of coming out. So I need to make sure that that matches. So this is where I kind of go across, and I'm going to go right over that other section that I built up, but this is the darker color. And again, I'm coming up above. So you see, this is where the crease, I'm not even hitting my crease. I'm so far above, I mean, the natural crease is right there, right? I'm way up here. So I'm not even close to my natural crease, because my natural crease wouldn't make a difference at all. And the reality is no one ever, 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 ever sees what's in my natural crease, because even when I blink, it never unfolds. It's like there's so much fold there. In order for me to get it to flatten, I had to put my head all the way back like this. That's the only way to flatten completely. So yeah, your eyes are going to be different than mine, because, you know, you are not me. So there we go. So these two colors alone by themselves, beautiful. I mean, look at that. Do you see like how much it reshapes the eye? And I hope that this is helpful. Now I'm going to add more to this, do all sorts of fun things with this. And I'm going to show you some, well, now I'm going to show you some fun ideas. But you can see, depending on how much space I want to have up here, I can increase or decrease. I'm going to tap back into that. I'm going to go to my other brush that I had and tap into that lighter color, because I still want to maybe de-emphasize my hood a little bit more. So I'm going to come up a little higher. Now I have a bright light here in front of me. So this is actually, there's more depth in real life, IRL, than there is that you see. But I want to make it so that the only really light part is kind of right up here at the brow bone. So it's acting as a highlight up there. And again, I'm keeping all the darkness out here. I'm not bringing it in at all. So really you want to stay the 2/3 on the outside, or even half outside, because if you bring the darkness in, it's going to, you really want to keep this light and open, because that's really going to keep your eyes wide. Yeah, just open them up this way, because you have the depth here. You can see that this eye looks bigger than this eye. I think you can see that. because I've got the lightness on the inside and the darkness on the outside. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Dooby 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 doo. Now for me, if I wanted to actually put matte on the lid, I would need to use a different primer. I have different options for that. I like to use I like to use something like this. This is the e.l.f. Eyeshadow stick. And I would actually just kind of dab this in. I'm going to just use a little bit so you can kind of see. It's quite a bit darker, but I would just dab it in. And this actually has a little bit of shimmer on it too. And just put this right on the top. Or use something like, I think that's in the other one. Maybe it's not in the other one. Where is it? I thought I had a matte. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have that one with me. But you can get kind of a, like flesh toned, something that's a cream that sets, and that acts as a decent base for matte shadows. That was something Miss Charlie reminded me of. Okay, so now to use this whole palette kind of as is intended, you have two other shades in here. You have one that's a finely milled, almost like a satiny shade, and it's a really light shade. So this is going to be your highlight. You can't really see it on my hand. Let's get, there we go. You can see the reflect there. And then the other one is the shimmer. And this is definitely more coarse. It has more, this is definitely more, it feels more dry. But it has more like a glitter sort of feel. They're very similar in their tone, but their function is quite different. So I'm going to take a small brush. I'm going to take this guy, I guess. And I'm going to tap into that satin shade, just like that. And I'm going to tap it right into the inner corner. And I'm just going to, hopefully you can see this. When you do this, one of the things that I do a lot is I come down too far. But that little bit of glow right there, it adds a little bit of life to the eye that the other side doesn't have. You can do this with your finger as well, and you can also use literally any shimmer you want in your life. To do this, you can use a highlighter. This is where you can put like gloss if you want a glossy eye, but you can't do that with hooded eyes. You can actually put the gloss on the inside, or you can put it on the underneath as well. So that's your highlight there, and then you can take that same brush or even something a little bit finer, but I don't really care. And you can just put it right underneath the brow. This is going to help that brow. Let me see if I can make that. There you go. You see the little bit of glow up here? So that's just going to help to kind of give more dimension here and bring the eye up here and help everything else recede. That's eyeshadow 101, right? Then the other thing, now, here's the trick with the shimmer on the lid. My $1 trick. You need this in your life. Now, I know some people say when they use, a tacky base, that it creases more. But not if you do it right. You need about, the smallest amount, and then I will take that smallest amount and I will split it between my two fingers if I have, stuff I'm doing on both sides. And then I'm going to just tap it on, and then I use another finger that's dry to diffuse it. So it's just the slightest bit of tack, just slightest. Then I take this. This is actually quite dry. I'm going to pop it on with my finger. You can do it with a brush also, but you're going to get less fallout this way, and it's also going to be more intense with a finger usually. Now, I don't know if you're going to even see this, but the reason I like this on the lid is because when I blink, it gives that little, yeah, you see the little brightness right there, right? That little glitter. I come right up to where my fold is going to hit at the top because it's going to be there anyhow. I may as well make sure that it's where I want it to be. Make sure it's set where I want it to be. And there we go. So then I'm going to have that little bit of glitter. Angie's with us. Hi, Angie. How's it going? We're playing with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk and doing like kind of introduction to hooded eyes sort of thing. So that's kind of the basics of the top. Now I'm gonna do more too, but this is very, very much everyday work appropriate. It's boring. So but that's fine because some people just want boring. And I mean it's very pretty. So, you know, it's very appropriate, very pretty. Now, there's other things that you can do here at this point. And I'm going to show you some stuff. So first of all, liner. So for me, I very rarely use liner on the top lashes. First of all, because my lashes are pretty thick anyhow, and I don't really need it, especially once I put mascara on. I'll show you that in a little bit with this Say or Sai or whatever you call it, mascara. But you can, if you do put mascara on, let me see, I think I've got one in here. Oh, let me grab it out of here. So I have, oops, one was not supposed to do that. I like to use a felt, actually, let me grab this other one. This is a really good one. I haven't used for a while. I hope it's not dried out. This is Physicians Formula, and I like this. I hope this will work. No guarantees because I haven't dipped into this for a while. But I'm just literally, let's see if you can see that. I'm just getting as close as I possibly can to the lash line. Just kind of laying it on there. Because if I get any further in, it's going to just start to take over the lid. You're not even really going to see it. But the fact that this is brown, I'm using brown because it fits better with this color scheme. Now, for a wing, there's different ways you can do a wing. I'm going to do a wing real quick with this, and I'm going to show you a different way. So I basically just follow the arc of the natural curve of the lower lash line. Ignore the top lash line. If you've got hooded eyes, this may or may not work for you. With my eyes, you can see, I got a pencil or something with a point. Let's try the back of this. So you can see right here, if I come right from the bottom lash line and come up, there's no weird folds. But if I come up above that, there's a weird fold. So I'll show you how I can get around that. So I'm going to start right at the bottom, and I'm just following that up. Now this one has a kind of a thick tip, so I'm going to just do that. Now I didn't go up as high because I want to leave a little bit of room. Now I'm looking to see where you see where that fold is right there. That's where the fold of the hood is. I can't make a real wing any higher than that. So I'm going right there. I don't fill that in. Now this is brown, so it's going to be a pretty subtle wing, which is exactly what I want. But you could do something more pronounced if you wanted. And then if you want to make a little bit more, you can kind of just bring it out from the lash line right here at the edge. So I just brought it out a little bit more there. But that is how I would normally do a wing with something like that, and that's as big as it would be. But it depends on your eyes and how it works. when I go like this, you're going to see a little bit of a wing, just a tiny bit of a wing. Just adds a little bit of dimension. Now, for me, I'm going to show you on the other eye a little bit, but Peach Robe is with us. Hi, Peach Robe. How's it going? I don't know why I'm gonna work with this a little bit more, but I don't actually put a lot underneath when I want everything to be wide open, because if I do, it'll actually close off the eye. I'm going to show you that on the other side, because I'm going to go all out and do a smoky eye on the other side. I think I just decided that. But I'm going to start with a subtly smoky, and then I'll build it up so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I'm going to keep the bottom a little bit bare. I am going to put something in my waterline. I know people are like, you shouldn't put some stuff in your waterline or whatever, but I'm going to, because I'm a rebel. The one I like to use is this Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil, waterproof, silky nude. This is like a cream color and pretty much the color of my waterline anyhow. It's just going to take some of that pink away from it, which gives it a little bit of brightness and evenness. So, and all this basically helps to open up the eye. Now, with this, kind of got to smudge it out, because otherwise it gets in the lashes a little bit. So you can see that, just see how much more open than this side. Makes a difference on the eye. I don't like to use white, because white to me is too stark and too like obvious, like, hey, I've got white in my waterline. This doesn't even really look like anything unless you look for it. So now I'm going to grab this mascara. We're going to finish up this eye just so you can kind of see. And I'm going to put this mascara only on the top lashes. I have no idea what this mascara is going to do, because I've never opened it and gotten into it. All right, that's hard plastic brush. Looks like the mascara is going on pretty nicely. I'm going to say my idea of my first impression of this palette is it's very nice for an everyday, simple look. I mean, basically no makeup. The slightest touch of makeup is what that is. So there you go. And then I just put a little bit of mascara. Personally, I think that falsies actually make you, your eyes look a lot heavier. So I avoid falsies. First of all, I don't like them, and I wear glasses, so it's hard to do that. So I would avoid falsies if you have hooded eyes and or aging eyes, generally speaking. Also, don't worry about putting mascara on the lower lash line. Now, if you have bags under your eyes and or if you have, well, actually, I'm going to show you this on the other side, because we're going to do a smoky eye over there. If you have a lot of lines, color can be a great thing. You do need to make sure that you are, the more lines you have, the more crepiness you have, you need to make sure that you are priming your eyes well, because you want to make sure that it doesn't crease. Because creasing shadows underneath here, if it gets into the lines, it's going to look kind of bad. So make sure that your primer, you also go underneath your eye if you're going to do that. So now this is basically just your everyday simple sort of look. We're going to go a little bit wild on the other side. All right, so I'm going to go into the same palette, and we're going to start doing a smoky eye. I'm going to use a small brush here. Actually, I lied. I'm going to use this small brush, which was the one that I used for the highlight, which means I'm going to clean it off. Well, I don't see my little fake color switch thing, so I'm going to just use this towel here. Clean it off on that. All right, so I'm going to go into the darkest shadow right away, and I'm going to pack this on pretty well. So I've got quite a bit of this. I'm going to see how well this packs on for a smoky eye. Now, for a smoky eye, I'm going to need to make sure I go above where, like, I want it all to be seen. So I'm gonna open my eye and see where it opens. And I'm gonna start right there. Now, because I have older eyes, I'm gonna cheat this a little bit, and I'm not gonna come all the way into the inner corner, but I'm gonna come pretty close. This is actually a look I've only recently started doing, and I really like it. Now, you can make this really round. I'll make it round to start because I can wing it out later. And that's going to be one look because will round the eye, and make them, make them look round. How many times can I say round? So I'm literally just packing on right above. I'm going to blend this out, don't worry. And we're going to go right underneath the eye here. I'm going to show you the difference between the two because I'm taking this most of the way in, not all the way. But you can see here versus here. So this is much more open and clean. This is going to fill in a lot more. However, if you have a lot of lines underneath, this might work better for you because darkness helps to mask imperfections. So the darker down here will actually hide some imperfections. Also, if you tend to have bags under your eyes, put this darker right on the bags, and that will help. Fozzie Floor is with us. Hi, welcome. We are using the Charlotte Tilbury and doing essentially two looks, but mostly looking at how to use it for aging and hooded eyes. And just go over the whole top. I'm just going to grab this one here because it'll pick up a little bit more product and I can get this done faster. You could just go over the whole lid, but again, this can be a little tricky if you're like me and you've got hooded eyes. You don't want to, you want to make sure that you've got some tacky base to hold this in place. I didn't put one down, but that's because I'm not going to keep it here. I like to use almost a shimmery sort of color for this technique because then I can put down my tacky base and then it will hold it in place there. Otherwise, with matte, you can't use a regular tacky base in the same way because it will pull up in weird patterns. It just doesn't work the same. But you can use, again, one of these little shadow sticks or a putty sort of primer or something like that. So that is kind of the beginning of my smoky eye. So that's the idea, is that you're going kind of just all the way around. The difference between that and this, right? So now what I've got is when I open my eye, so this is the trick, right? I've got this nice smoky eye here. Like, oh, look at that. She's so sultry. That's the word, sultry. But then when I do this, it looks like I have a wing here. That was just not a bad thing. But then all of this, you see what happens up here? It's like the hood is like highlighted. I don't want that. So I'm going to take the same brush. I'm going to clean it off on my towel here. And I'm going to take this color and kind of bring it up into that spot, that brow bone-ish spot. I cleaned most of the color off. I just want to like blur it out there. I'm going to use the lighter of the two colors then and kind of use this to diffuse the edge. So it's not a strictly smoky eye now, but I can intensify that, which I will. I just want to show you more with the Charlotte. With Charlotte, right? So now you still get a little bit of that wing, but you can just, it's not as bright here. It's bright up here. So I'm intentionally pushing the eye up to the brow bone. Meaning other people's eye. I'm making people see, like focus on the light up here instead of focusing that, hey, you have a really pronounced hood. I don't want that. Okay. And then I would take the shimmer with generally a tacky base, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Um, the shimmer just looks really liquidy. And I would just put that right on the lid. But totally up to you. I think a little bit of shimmer really is nice, especially on the inside. If you have a lot of creasing, you can, reevaluate that. But I do think that a bit of shimmer is good, especially if it's a little bit more of a satiny. I'm going to take this satiny shimmer on my pinky, and I'm going to just dab it right into the inner corner. And then I'm going to dab over a couple more times to kind of blend it in. But that works for me to highlight the inner corner. So that's a really smoky eye. Okay. That's with the Tilbury. The two sides. Now with this side, I would probably use something a little bit darker, a little bit more involved. I'm going to actually take, which one do I want to use? I don't know if I actually have a brown gel liner. This is purplish maroon burgundy. Burgundy, that's the color I was looking for. I'm going to actually use this one. This is the shadow stick. Does this go in the waterline? Well, it does now. And I'm going to put a little bit of this down here because I'm going to let you see how you can smoke this out and make this soldier. Actually, I'm going to try this. I'm going to show you this trick first. So, as you know, or as maybe you know, if you take a waterline color, it will help with the smokiness, right? So the difference here and here. So this has the light in it, and this has the dark in it. Now I only put the dark halfway in. You can go all the way across, but it's going to look different. What I like to do is go half and half. Now I'm going to take this gold. This is actually an AOA. Oh no, this is a Profusion. I lied. But this is a gold highlighter or shadow pencil. And I'm just putting this on the inside and moving it out to where the other is. So I'm basically making like an ombre. And so you can blend them kind of going this way. That way you don't have to put the liner all the way across. You can go halfway. So that still helps to keep it open. So, because if I went all the way in, it would really close off my eye a lot more than I want. I don't necessarily want that. Now I'm going to intensify this a little bit. That means I have to open up this palette, and I'm going to show you what these looks can look like, and I'm going to show you with both of them if I add a little bit more depth to them. So I'm going to start with the one on the right. I'm going to use this, which is the e.l.f. eyeliner brush, and I'm going to tap into the third from the end, which is like a nice warm brown. You can't see it on there because it's the same color as the bristles. I'm going to basically kind of follow where this wing is here. And now I've kind of blown it out a little bit. I'm going to take a small brush. That's not small enough. Need a smaller brush. Where's a small brush? That's not small enough either. Need like a little pencil brush. Here. That'll work. All right, so this is a little Profusion, one of their fancy ones. And I'm going to just basically start working this in. Now, if I make this too pronounced, it's going to kind of look like that. It's going to look weird. So instead, I'm going to take this and connect it over here and kind of come above. So now we've gotten a little bit almost graphic. And this can be graphic. You can make it as graphic as you want. Because, it's your party. And you can be graphic if you want to. Graphic if I want to. Graphic if I want to. You would be graphic too if it happened to you. Just doesn't have the same flow, does it? A brush from Profusion. Blur, 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 blur. But I'm creating this more pronounced wing because I want some more drama in my life. And I wish I had more eyes so I could show you all of the eyes, but I can't. I can only show you 2 at a time because that's all I got. I know I should be one of the, what are those things that have like lots and lots of eyes? Not a cyclops, that only has one. The other thing, I don't know. Anyway, so basically I'm going to just kind of keep working this out until it gets smooth because I'm going over the top of a finished eye look, so it's going to be a little bit fun and funky. And there's also liner and all sorts of stuff. So I'm just kind of building this in there. And that's kind of all I'm doing. So now what has happened is I'm creating again this illusion that there's this crease here. There's not, but it's an illusion. What I've done is I've taken this. So this is the shape of this brush. This comes from the e.l.f., the like 12-piece set, or maybe 15, I don't know. I think it's 12 pieces for $15 or something. I don't know if they still have it. I think they do. But I basically I just went out a little further than the regular, and then I came in over the top. And then I just kind of let it float. So I'm letting your imagination fill in the rest because you don't need all of that. You can go all the way to the front, and I've done that, but it's not necessary. And then you just keep blending it until it's as blended as you want it to be. So this is going to add just enough. Well, I don't know if it's enough, but it's going to add a bit of drama to the look. So when I do this, it looks like I've got a nice wing there. And you see this came down a little bit. I can clean that up really easily just by, going. But yeah, I've got a nice little wing there. And then when I open my eye completely, it just looks like a wing. But when I go down like this, it looks kind of gives an illusion that there is more of a crease there than there really is. And most of that has happened outside of the eye, right? I've pretty much left all of the crease area and stuff alone. I just put shimmer on it and called it a day, right? Now I'm going to do the same thing over here, only not the same thing. I'm going to build this up with the same. I'll use the same color. Why not? I'm trying to hit pan on more of these anyhow. Maybe I'll hit pan on this one. I don't think it'll happen tonight, but I know I blow on it, and that's probably going to kill everybody. But hey, whatever. I'm going to take this really close to the line, to the lash line, and I'm going to smudge it, and I'm just going to start here. This is just to get a smoky eye. So, because we're not doing a wing on this side, you absolutely could do a wing, but I'm not worrying about it. I'm basically following the same because we've already got the shape of the smoky eye. I'm just going to intensify this because I want you to see how much you can smoke it. Smoke it. Speaking of 420, just kidding. Don't smoke it. Keep your brain cells. I don't care what you do. You do you. And then, so you see, it just added that little bit of smoke. That is literally all I would need to do there to get that smoky eye, a little bit of punch. However, that's not enough for me because I am nothing if not excessive. Come on, boys and girls, say it with me. I'm going to, again, follow. I'm doing this wrong, so, kind of ignore me. I'm wanting to get kind of the shape of sure that this top part is seen, right? I still kind of did it wrong because I'm using a small brush instead of a big brush. I should have used a big brush because this potentially is going to have some creases on it now. But I'm going to go in with a big brush, and I'm going back into that e.l.f. palette. With all this stuff I'm using, I might actually hit a pan there. And I'm going right over the top of the shimmer. You can intensify the shimmer after, but going over the top of shimmer with matte is never a problem. I don't think so. It's never been a problem for me. I don't know. Tell me, did I lie? Did I lie to anybody? Feel free to tell I lied. Building that up again, kind of just making sure that roundness is kept. You can keep a little bit of the glow right on the lash line. It's still going to be a smoky eye, but by keeping a little bit of glow there, it kind of makes it look more like there's a lid, a mobile lid. So this is kind of a little bit of a sneaky smoky eye because I'm putting the smoky stuff up here. It's almost, is there such a thing? And I'm kind of improvising because that's what we do. So, but I use the Charlotte Tilbury for all the base, and I'm just using that one color from the e.l.f. palette to intensify it. Now I'm going to go into with one more. I'm going to, you know, like I said, I'm nothing if not excessive. So I'm going to use another brush to kind of a clean, fluffier brush. This happens to be angled, but there's the police after me. It's actually probably an ambulance. And we're just blending that out. So now I have this nice, I think, you don't have to agree that it's nice smoky eye here. And over here I have a nice elongated winged eye. Neither one of them is too anything, I don't think. You agree? What do you think? Too or not too? That is the question. So I'm going to say that this would be, and again, it really depends on what you want to do. If you have, okay, you see where my lines and creases are? Elga Heros, I don't know what that all is, but I don't want to learn your name, but welcome. I'm going to actually take this down a little bit because I want you to see this is not necessarily how far you're going to want to go, but I'm going to show you if I come down a little bit further here. I don't want to get into zombie eye necessarily, but by coming down further, it does mask lines. So you see where this crease is on the inside, you don't see it as much, or you don't notice it as much. I gotta blend this out a little bit more because it's kind of highlighting that right now. So now you can see it. But it doesn't show as much because I brought that below. So really focusing on where your lines are or where they're not will help. Most of my lines are kind of in this spot here. And just by keeping everything kind of open, I can avoid too much of anything. I feel like there's something in my eye, but no, piece of dust, it'll go away. Maze NYC or something like that. Hi, welcome. So we've got the smoky eye for aging hooded eyes. So it's kind of a fake smoky eye. I left a little bit of glitter shimmer on the lid and then focused the intensity up here. And then this one is more the lifted, nothing on the bottom. I'm going to put some mascara on this side. But yeah, we can add more. You can put more liner on that side. You can do all sorts of different kinds of things. The main thing is to make sure that you're still bringing your contour shades up here so that it doesn't highlight this too much, and that you're just kind of being aware of what's happening with your eyes, because your eyes will be unique and different. I'm going to show you the rest of my look just for those that are interested. I'm going to show you highlighter. I always use highlighter because I like highlighter. And I know people say that highlighter is no longer cool. Those people don't need to be talking. Nobody asked them. So this is my AOA Halo highlighter in Blissful. It's ancient. I had it when I was in Haiti. I've got some pan in there, and eventually it'll be done. What I do is I look and see where on my face. See how that peach floats up there? You probably don't. I don't care. But I'm going to see where on my face doesn't have lines and texture, and I'm going to focus on that. So I go right here, and then I kind of go right up to the top, and then I take the whole thing, I pinch it, And I come from the front and then I go back. Because then I kind of highlight the whole thing. But I'm lifting, I'm keeping everything pretty much back here on the outside of the corner of the eye. That's helping to kind of lift the eye, or at least a little bit. Same thing here. And even though I'm using the same highlight technique, it works with both sides. I can't believe how different my eyes look on both sides. I'll put a little bit on the end of the nose, a little bit on the lip, wherever you want. You know, highlight your life away. See if I care. It's just crazy to me how different my eyes are. I don't have mascara on this side yet. I'm going to put mascara on the top and the bottom on this side so that you can see what that looks like. I am going to tap into this guy, and I'm going to use this brush from Untitled Eye. I haven't used this much, but it's cleanish. So we're going to use it. Looks clean-ish. There's a kitty hair on there, or a doggy hair, I don't know. So we're going to just tap into that, get a nice little bit. Now, when I do this, this is the wrong time to do it. I would normally do it before I did all this, but I'm actually putting it right at the corner of my eye. Why? Because I can. You can put it wherever you want, but I like to have the blush kind of on the outside, and I like it connected kind of to where the eye is. This color is so cute. And then I kind of go over the top of the nose because that's where the sun would hit. And I want a little bit of color there. And then I'll kind of pop it up here as well. A little on my chin because, you know, that's what the sun does. I really like this color, by the way. You can't see it very well, but I can. I'm going to do the same thing here. You can see how it's just a nice little corally sort of look. I don't over blush generally. I think too much blush can really take away, but well-placed blush I think makes a big difference. So I prefer it over here because I think that it kind of brings focus to the correct place, or the place that I think is correct. So that's how I do the blush. I really like this color. I will be getting a lot of use out of that during the summertime. Now, that brush can go back in to my little cup of face brushes, of which I have one. I have 3 cups of eye brushes. Okay, so we're going to check out these lip. Ooh, these are warm. I hope they didn't melt. So we're gonna. I'm gonna use this one, which is the classic formula. What is this? Color Statement lipstick. In number 26, whatever that color is, and this is the. I have that white stuff on my lips. Yeah. I just used a lip mask before this, so I guess it was just sloughing out dry stuff. Come on. And then I feel like this is actually a little bit almost lighter than my lip color naturally. But for dramatic eyes or an everyday look, I actually like the way this smells too. This has a little bit sweet scent to it. And this is on the pink, just the pink side of nude. So I think that color is really cute. But this is the more satiny of the two. I'm going to try the other one and compare it. I'm using this towel to clean my lips. And I want to see how this is in comparison. This is definitely more of a warm, more nude, kind of a rose nude. but less pink. I think the other one might be a better color for me, but I do like this too. The finish, I'm not sure which one I like better. I have these weird, like, moist inner lips. I mean, everybody does, but mine, like, separates a little bit more, so it's hard to, you know, like, avoid that cat butthole sort of thing. But I do like the color. Now I'm going to try the House Labs. I was going to try to do some color with this, but I think that the two that I have is sufficient. But I will do the mascara. I didn't do anything with my brows. Just don't feel like getting into it. So, you know, whatever. But we'll try the House Labs. Pretty sheer, but a nice color. Kind of sticky. It doesn't really match the eyes. It's more pinky than the eyes, but not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, let me put the mascara on the other side. I'm going to put on the top and the bottom over here. Probably on top. That's usually what I do. Now I have all this mascara underneath my eye. I do not like these plastic applicators because that's what they do. So I'm going to let that dry so I can flick it away. I do like the mascara. It does look like it gave length. I'll show you on this side. Give length and volume. And looks pretty natural. I didn't use it, of course, on the bottom here. So let's see. Actually, I can go ahead and put a little bit on the bottom and then just scrape it off from there. So, oh man, what a day. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those weeks. Second coat on the top. Probably wouldn't need 3 coats on this. When I test mascaras, I like to use 3 coats. But you can see how the bottom lash mascara really kind of adds to that smoky eye. And I could absolutely add a little bit of liner on the top if I wanted to intensify that. I don't usually worry about it so much, but yeah, I'm hoping that these kind of give you some basic ideas of how you would do your eye makeup based on what your eyes are like, because they're aging and or hooded doesn't mean that they're the same as my aging and or hooded eyes. So you know, everybody is a little bit unique. I'm going to grab my face broom from the e.l.f. that big set I told you about. That's actually a really good set, FYI, if you're looking for a set of brushes. I do find those to be quite nice. And I like this to just kind of brush off little boo-boos that I make. I got some on the top here too, so I'm just going to flick that away. This also gets rid of things like glitter. I feel like it's kind of blending in here a little bit, but that kind of just works with the smoky eye. So we're just going to call that good. There we go, guys. We have a smoky eye on one side, and we have a elongated wing eye on the other side. I'm not going to take pictures of these to show the Charlotte Tilbury, but I might take pictures just to show the difference in the 2 styles and how to do, you know, like a simple eye shape for hooded eyes and aging eyes, because I think that it gives a pretty good example. So there's the smoky eye and the winged elongated. that's all we got for now. I think that that was sufficient. Hopefully that was enjoyable and helpful to people. I do like the palette fine as a really basic palette. The reality is I'm probably not going to be jumping into it a ton. I may actually put it into my project pan, my project pan or something like that, just so I can get some use out of it. Because I think, for blending and, this highlight color is really nice as a really, simple basic highlight. It's just really natural and I think it's fairly universal. The shimmer is very pretty. Um, but again, none of this is like outstanding in color, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be super wearable and super um, friendly. I don't know, that sort of thing. So this is a really nice basic matte palette. If you have not seen that, that's what it looks like. I'll turn it a little bit so you can kind of see what those colors actually look like. It gives a really nice gamut of neutrals, and mine has seen a lot of love. So yeah, I highly recommend this one if you don't have one. And it does, I mean, you could get essentially the same look as I got from this with these, other than, there's not shimmers in this or satins. That's it. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful, and I will see you all here on Sunday. No idea what we're going to talk about on Sunday, because as far as I know, there's nothing coming in. Well, there is. Actually, my puppy is getting a Vox box. It's not too exciting. I'm not going to do a whole live on that. But we will definitely talk about something on Sunday. I'm not sure what. But we'll find some stuff to talk about. We're going to have fun. Well, we always do. So, yeah, I'll take pictures of these just to show kind of the two styles of makeup, basic shapes for hooded and or aging eyes. Shelly Bell Baby is with us. Hi, Shelly Bell Baby. We are just about heading out, but this is the smoky side for hooded and aging eyes, and this is the winged side. We'll call this the winged side. For hooded and or aging eyes, and it was a progression. So I showed you different layers of it and whatnot. So you can be as dramatic as you want. This is really for people that are just starting out. This is actually kind of ideal because it's not going to be. You can't overdo with this. I don't think you can overdo at all. So if you're just starting out with makeup, this might be a nice one for you. But you can also do like the e.l.f. bite size, and those are way less expensive, or other kinds of things like that. So, all right, I'll see you in the next one. That's going to be on Sunday afternoon at maybe some point. I don't know. I'm going to be at my mom's house too, so we might not actually have anything going on that week. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. Watch my stories. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.